Hi, it's Carl here from Custom PC Solutions. I've got a bit of unbuild rebuild kind of thing going off here. All to install this graphic card that I bought the other day. I released a few pictures of it looking all dirty, and as you can see, it's all been cleaned up now, inside and out, looking quite spectacular, I should say. And I got this car for quite a good bargain, 70 quid, British sterling, which is cheap for this card, the 7970. And this is like a boyhood dream that I'm fulfilling here, because when this card first came out, I didn't even own the PC. But I thought one day if I own a PC, that's a card that I want. I just like the look of it, I like the bulkiness of it, and it performs really well. So anyway, I buys this card, or the person that was selling it come round to me flat the other day, and looking at it, I thought, yeah, I like this. And triple slot card, my first triple slot card that I've ever had. And my eyes gazed on the connectors. I'll just put this down. Yeah, and I seen these two connectors. I thought, oh dear, there's my power supply. The power supply, which is this one here, this 500 watt integrator. It's okay, it still works, but on it had just one solitary 8-pin, no 6-pin, anything like that. I had a 6-pin, I had more or less a 6-pin adapter, which was okay if I had a card that had a 8-pin and a 6-pin, which I do, but it's into a computer, and I don't want to put in this one because obviously at the bottleneck it, I don't think you should be putting this in a, Asus 61080 on an AMD motherboard like this, a old school, bottleneck heaven. Anyway, so I went online. I thought, okay, I know this card is a little bit hungry. AMD overall is hungry for electricity. I thought, right, I need to get something a little bit more beefier than this. I mean, it ain't bad. I mean, it only cost this power supply 25 quid. 25 quid from the CCL, and you get an 80+ bronze rating of it. And this came in, you know, it's by Airbical, and this came in with my pre-build about 3 years ago. So it's lasted 3 years, and it still works, it's fine, but it's just not up to par with connectors, and you know, its 5-volt rail is weak as fuck. Excuse my French. You know, if this was a really old build, you know, I mean, this power supply would be no good, because of the older builds need a good solid 5-volt power rail. You know, it's not all about the 12-volt with the old builds, it's the 5-volt, and the old power supplies, you know, with no frills ones, they were tailored for the older motherboards, you know, the Z87s and under, you know what I mean, that required a good 5-volt amp, you know, good 5 volts coming out, you know what I mean, and plenty of ampage. And this one, at 5 volts, it's only got 16 amps. Anyway, focus. I've rectified the problem, but overnight a power supply, and I really do think this card is worth it. I'll just swap places with power supplies and ordered myself this one. It was £100. It's 80+ gold, and as you can see, 5-volt rail is really strong, 24 amps, 62.4 amps on the 12-volt. Rated up to 748.8 watts. And when I did the power configurator on this PC with all the exact specs, it said the power draw at full load is 600, I think it was 688 watts or 633 watts. So the 500 watt power supply really won't go and cut it. Even I've got the adapters, but it's still been no good. And as you can see, my old card is there, the R9 380X with the G12 bracket on it. And that's coming out, and that's going to get sold now. I'll maybe put on the shelf and save a rainy day. Not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But yeah, that's going to come off. But I'm not going to make a mistake of putting that focus. I'm not going to make the mistake of putting that bracket on that card. It looks stupid. And to say it true, when I opened up this card to change the thermal pasting and that, all the heat sinks and everything is attached to the fan assembly and the fins inside. I mean, there's a lot of screws to take it all apart, but it is part of the cooling system. it touches everything inside, you know what I mean? It touches all the chips, all the VRM chips and whatever in there. It touches the important places. Basically, it's a very slimmed down version without the water pump and water block of the alpha cool blocks, you know what I mean? Because it's the same thing. If you look underneath now, you know, if you look inside an alpha cool block, you know what I mean? It has the recesses you cut out of it, and the bit sticking out where it touches, you know, the memory chips, stuff like that. And this has got all that, but you know, you can't take the fans away and the heat sit and you know the fins and that, and leave that behind. It's all got to be attached to the fans by screws. So I'm not going to be messing about with that. I don't really want to mess about with this card, you know, because I've got a really good deal on it. I don't want to go knacking it, and yeah, I know it's sort of like watered down a bit as a deal because I've had to fork out the power supply, but to tell you the truth, I need a new power supply anyway, because the amount of times, where is it, that thing there has caught me out and I've had to use adapters in the sand oven. I thought, okay, I'm going to get a power supply that can, you know, take a good load. So this one could take, I believe, 3 graphic cards, all with 8-pin connectors, with 2 8-pin connectors. So each cable I'm open will have 2 attachments on it. So that's why the ampage is good on this. So I'm hoping this will cover it. And yeah, I've not even opened this thing up. I'm not turning it around because my address is on the other side. But I'll get rid of the sticker. I'll open it up in front of you now. But I'm not going to let you see my address or where I live. I can't be bothered getting a black pen and blacking it out. Here's a second. Okay, got my Swiss Army knife. Very old army knife that I was given. I didn't buy this, and my partner gave me this. It was her father's. Blade, it's been sharpened up somewhat. It's razor sharp now because I use a power jewel on it with a spinning sander to sharpen that. Anyway, enough about the bloody knife. We're not here to talk about knives, are we? Let's get into this box. Let's just once I get the cling film off with my address on it, there. Now I can turn the box round. Let me just do this little tab. Yeah, see where it. I normally cock these up. Just bear with me a minute while I open this, slice this bit. Let's carry on this one-handed video. Sorry again, I still don't have a proper camera yet. I keep spending all my money on computer parts and I've not invested in the camera yet, so I'm using my Samsung Galaxy S5 phone. It's a camera and it works. So let's get this open. Let's have a look at what we've got inside. I think, you know, do you still get excited about parcels, even though you get used to them coming through? If you're getting delivered all the time and new PC parts, you still get excited even though the power supply? I do. Oh, right, what have we got in here? Oh, yes. More Velcro strips. All right. I've had the EVGA Hex 750W power supply, and them cables were round, and I didn't like them. They were bulky, but now they've changed them. These are like the gigabyte cables, nice flat cables, and as you can see there, all the connectors, couple of 8 pins there. VGA graphic card, more cables, power. What, no baggie? I thought they got a bag to put them in, really. But yeah, good quality cables, quite heavy this lot. So they've used a thick, you know, a thicker gauge wire than normal probably, because that is quite heavy. And semi-modular. They call them hybrids when they're like this because the 24 pin is connected. Right, what we've got here, just a little booklet about the power supply. Nothing too, you know, important. Just tells you everything about the power supply that you need to know, how to function it, how to operate it and that. And also with this one, it's got a little button on it that puts it into a quiet mode, into eco mode. And that's another plus because this computer needs that. Nice eco mode button. Let's get this out and have a look. Bear with me again. Oh, here it is. I quite like the look of this one. Looks a little better than the other EVGA one I had. There's all the connectors there. As you can see, there's a plethora of everything there, especially a plethora of... Oh, look at that! It's got 4 VGA. 4. So that's 4 possible graphic cards, maybe. Because I don't know if these cables are wired the same way as the Gigabyte ones, but the Gigabyte cables, they split off into 2. So each cable has 2 8-pin connector splitters on the end. So, oh yeah, this could be a good power supply. And there's that important button there. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look around. Not much else going on. Usual stickers on the side. There we go. Again, just explaining what the output of this thing is. And it's a good strong power supply, this. I think this one comes with a, is it a 7-year guarantee? 5 or 7 year guarantee. Anyway guys, I've got to get on and do this. If I had a proper camera on a tripod, I'd be able to do videos on me doing these builds and that, but I don't, and I'm by myself every day, all day, and it's quite hard for me to do these videos because I just don't have the necessary equipment, I don't have the right equipment. Anyway, thanks a lot guys, see you in the next one, bye.